So, what is the biggest difference between human and AI-generated imagery? We'll try to answer this question in today's episode of Why the f*** are we living in the most dystopian timeline? Disclaimer, those are only my thoughts, and I'm heavily biased because I'm an artist myself. On the other hand, I'm also a person who learned art in his late 20s. This skill is not something impossible to learn and not as magic as some people try to make it out. And also, if you don't believe me, you can ask Anthony Jones. He started his art journey also late in life and he went much farther ahead than I did. So the claim that artists were gatekeeping secrets to art for centuries is false. Internet is full of resources that you can use to learn and progress as an artist. I will first start with AI bros and arguments that they are making, that AI will democratize art and everyone will be able to show whatever they have in their mind, and that people won't need skill to showcase what they imagine. However, I think this argument is very romantic and very untrue at the same time. So, to start, we need to know what imagination actually is. By Wikipedia definition, imagination is production or simulation of novel objects, sensation and ideas in the mind without any immediate input of the senses. Stefan Stelkom characterizes it as forming of experiences in one's mind, which can be recreations of past experiences such as vivid memories with imagined changes or completely invented and possibly fantastic scenes. Alright, so that's basically a human hallucinating about stuff he knows about or he went through. Easy. Okay, so how do artists use imagination and why it's very different from regular mortal imagination? Visual arts is a language for us, and to use it proficiently we need to learn its vocabulary, and that vocabulary is a visual library. Visual library is collection of images, patterns, artworks, and also understanding of anatomy, not only human or animal, but also ships, vehicles, and whatever someone finds inspiring. This is memorization of structure and function of things, and also understanding of fundamentals of art. We do dedicate a lot of time to acquire understanding of niches that we find interesting. Some artists are great at landscapes and have ungodly eye for composition, or are anatomy freaks. Some love creatures, all love stories. So there is quite a lot that combines into that language, and I do firmly believe that learning all of that is much harder than an actual act of drawing. There is this whole spectrum of interest that manifests on artist canvas. So you learn all of those nuances and physics around them, so everyone has something to enjoy by looking at your finished artwork. In every single piece that you create, there is your unique experience of life, and you should be proud of that. Without that language, you are like a blind person trying to imagine color blue. You can't. Okay, I was non-artist for most of my life, and I thought that I had those vivid images in my mind that I couldn't put in front of the people. I was thinking that I was missing something specific, like specific art gene or something, that I wasn't one of those blessed ones. You know, because I was looking at people in my school that were so good at drawing and I couldn't draw a line. So that was a lie I was telling myself, and I see so many people telling that exact lie, not only to themselves but also to the people around them, that art is something that you are magically born with, and if you don't have it, you don't have it. It's sad that people are choosing victim mentality in face of something that is so free and so liberating at the same time. Like 6 years ago in a stream, Rob Brown introduced me to the idea that the way we imagine things is like non-specific. So if we think about this, if we have like an image in our mind, we can't imagine its aspect ratio. We can't zoom in and imagine like a certain detail and then zoom out and see how it works within the whole piece. At least not until we know what that detail is. So if we think about portraits, that might be your perspective, facial anatomy, skin color, ethnicity, facial features, proportion, all of that combined with the way you produce your image, so you add your style on top of that. Might be your line weight, it might be your color palette, or the way you shade your character. That's the power of visual library combined with imagination. Imagination is a skill that is fueled by intent. So as an artist, you just worked on a skill more and you put more stuff into your head that relates to how something actually looks than regular human beings. So how does imagination tie into AI? Well, it doesn't. It doesn't in a form that human or AI operator uses it. There is nothing imaginative about typing few words and picking which image you like best. That's basically a glorified Pinterest. And AI is not a medium and it's not a tool, it's a creator. And to illustrate that, you can look at your skill as an artist and look for points where it breaks. So one break might be where someone takes away your Wacom and you can use pen and paper. They take away your pen and paper, you can use your finger and sand, or coffee and a newspaper. If you take AI from AI, bro, he has nothing, because there was nothing to begin with. Your skill as an artist transcends mediums and tools. There are people that are drawing with mouths and feet, for God's sake. You can draw, everyone can draw. I called this video Death of Imagination because of those reasons. A person typing beautiful does not know what constitutes of beauty. It relies on tags that were associated to images that were fed to AI. Person typing detail does not know what kind of detail and where to put it because there is no context. And a person typing 8K, feminine, octane render, and all of those buzzwords is just trying to tell AI that it wants something pretty. The person did not imagine the artwork. They kindly asked the AI god to spit something onto their lap and then called themselves an artist. Like, you can just press a button and get yourself an artwork, mate. It's like going to a bar and asking a bartender that you crave something sour, he brings you a composed drink and then you declare that you made it. To me, comparing AI bros and an artist is like comparing a bodybuilder who worked all his life learning about nutrition, exercises, hormones, and injury prevention to someone who just got muscle implants and telling that they are basically the same, that playing field is now level. It's not, Han. It's not. Finally, my lack of commitment and motivation won't stop me from doing an art. Jesus, guys. Really? Field is not level, nor it will ever be as long as AI is in the hands of people without imagination. And I do firmly believe that there are very imaginative people among the AI crowd. However, we are not talking about those. And I don't want to hate on people that use AIs to just get creative. Just go wild, bro. If you use this to fuel your own creativity, there's nothing wrong with that. I just want people to understand what is the core difference between doing an image with a skill and with a robot. And if you truly want to create an image that matters, just pushing a magic button won't do. But AI got really good, really fast. And there is no point in denying that it's here and it's here to stay. I'm not here to predict what AI will do to the artist industry or to the other industries. You can watch Steven Zapata's video about this, or even most recent video by Proco, where he interviewed Evan Conrad, a VC at San Francisco that specializes in grants for AI projects. But I want to talk about what needs to be done right now to protect artists. To Indiana Jones ourselves from beneath of this rolling boulder, we need regulations that will prevent use of artist names and aliases to recreate artist styles by AIs. If people want to get a certain style, they need to learn what constitutes of that style and actually get creative and imaginative. People are monetizing living artists and advertising that their models were trained on their names. They are not even hiding that. And I also believe that in the current state of the law, AIs shouldn't be released to the public. Like in the form of stability AI, like open source, it shouldn't be done. It's being maliciously used to harass artists. Samdo's Arts case, it's being used to steal their works, Greg Rutkowski case, and there are many other examples of AI misuse to steal, harass and scam people. Tumin illustrated this point perfectly, go and check her video. We need laws to punish individuals that do those things, and we need them ASAP. Training models on someone else's art to the point that it can replicate their signature is an identity theft. I'm not going to buy any argument that it's going to say, yeah, it might be a little disrespectful, but whatever, no harm is being done to that artist. It's not like he's losing his artwork. And some people are even like, yeah, but I'm doing a model with that artist's name, so it's even a free publicity. It's crazy, like how privileged these people feel, like everything is free for them. And the harm it's being done, it's only a matter of time before we will see an off-brand merch with some big artist name attached to it, done by AI and sold somewhere on AliExpress. An argument that AI is just a tool for a non-artist to enjoy creative process is empty when those AIs are being trained on copyrighted images. And in the music industry, those people are very careful with how and what material they use. They are training the AIs only on non-copyrighted stuff that people are submitting to them. So see the double standard there? When the current practice is so exploitative of the living artist that we see scam after scam after scam making use of it, this is NFTs all over again. I bet there is an AI bro creating NFTs out of his generations right now, somewhere in his basement. It should be done ethically or not done at all. And I'm not anti-AI, I'm anti-asshole. And asshole, unfortunately, is lately name of this game with those AIs. I agree that this might be a wonderful solution for people that are disabled or for experienced artists that want to speed up their iteration process, but as it's used now, too many assholes, not enough laws. And I hate the idea that people are treating everything that is non-material as something without value. And the same people will go and spend their free time on entertainment like films, games, music, comics. Multi-billion dollars industries are made on artists, and somehow their work is without value. And a message to all 15 of you watching this video: world needs real artists more than ever. We need a strong and supportive community, and we need to have each other's backs right now. AI is here, and AI is here to stay. We won't slow or stop its progress. We need to push on government reps to protect our names and aliases, so we won't end up with a thirsty teenager with a magic button putting a version of your work in not safe for work style on Twitter and claiming that he did that. Artists don't want to be associated with stuff they didn't do, and we don't like to have our identities or life experiences stolen. I know, this is crazy, right?